What happened to the prettiest, most popular girl after high school? In a shocking turn of events, our popular girl was actually quite nice. I think she runs a bakery now. Our popular girl was also pretty nice in retrospect. She became a model. One of the most popular girls at my school got pregnant during our senior year by the guy she'd been dating since the 7th grade. Against all odds, she is on her way to becoming a teacher with a 3-year-old daughter and is still with her middle school sweetheart. She was voted best looking and married the guy who was voted best looking. That was 34 years ago. Still married. Still good looking. And all around good people. Isn't that just infuriating and inspiring at the same time? Like, good for them and the world. Go make more attractive good people. But duck them. She's still trying to get over her ex-boyfriend that was 5 years older than her. She's broke. Obtained her associates. And now trying to get into a university's nursing program. Luckily, she has an ugly wealthy boyfriend that can support her while she pursues her education. Source: I'm the ugly wealthy boyfriend. She eventually married Robin Williams. Hi Sue. Love you and hope you're doing well. Oh man. That's tough. She looked super nice laughing in all the pictures of them together. It still hits me a bit about Robin Williams. He was one of those actors comedians you see a picture of and you have to smile. How could anyone not love him? She and her boyfriend are being charged with the murder of an elderly man. There's currently a warrant out for her arrest. But it's been months and they haven't found her. Our popular girl was co-head cheerleader, homecoming queen, and an honor student in the top 25 out of a graduating class of about 400. She is now a physician. Some people just have it all. In all honesty, she was a really great person back then and I have every reason to believe she still is. Became a professional model and married an Italian businessman. Typical. We had sort of a group of popular girls. And they were all pretty nice. Smart people. One works for Snapchat. Another works for an international go and is pretty much constantly traveling to developing countries. One's a music teacher. And another one is going to medical school. For a while I had that whole like everyone in my school is so dumb and shallow and I'm real and cool attitude that I think some people tend to get when they are insecure and already really different. And need to cope with it in one way or another. But at my 5-year reunion I went to on a whim. I realized that so many people I wrote off in high school because they were popular and I wasn't were really interesting. Nice people. Well, she's Emily Ratajkowski. So I guess she's doing pretty well. Edit: to the people asking me what she's like. I honestly have no idea. Even then she was very popular. And I'm sure everybody in the school knew who she was. In contrast, I was super nerdy and introverted. I remember that she was very pretty and she seemed pretty friendly the 1 or 2 times I said hi to her. But that's the extent of our interaction. Nice. Were you guys friends? Haha, not even close. I'm almost positive she was completely unaware of my existence. I'm not the kind of guy who gets invited to parties. This is going to sound like the most anticlimactic humbler brag ever. But the most popular girl in my high school was me. I was the cheer captain, homecoming and prom queen. Voted friendliest, best dressed and most likely to become a supermodel in the school. I graduated. Went to college for a year and dropped out due to mental health issues, depression and anxiety. I now work in sales and marketing at a cable company. I live with my boyfriend and that's about it. I'm pretty happy. I guess. I quit wearing makeup or doing my hair fancy every day and deleted all social media. She's still super hot. I saw her at the grocery store last week and she's like 8 months pregnant. Hottest pregnant chick I've ever seen. Lucky guy whoever he is. I wouldn't have pulled out either. Smart man. Lock that sheet down. Living with the most popular guy and they have 2 kids. Nice people. Bit stupid but nice. That's all I want to be. Stupid and nice. Edit: Reddit is mean to me. Comma. You are halfway there. Now you just need to start helping others. She met a nice guy and had a kid. They got engaged and then he was shot over a false connection. Tragic really. Explain false connection? Someone thought he was connected to someone else who was a drug dealer or something and killed him. Edit. Apparently a common typo is a big sin. I saw her at a steak and shake a couple years ago. Took me a few minutes to figure out who she was because she looked so familiar. She had gotten super fat. Almost beyond recognition. And was yelling at a bunch of kids who turned out to be her own. It was satisfying. She was, and apparently still is, a huge itch. She's working at American National. She was a total itch in school but she's been really nice every time I've seen her since. Funny how it works out like that sometimes. There was a guy a year above me who was almost a comically stereotypical asshole jock in high school. I ended up at the same college as him and we kind of randomly were in the same extended group of friends. He turned into a pretty good guy and we ended up pretty good friends by the time we graduated. Last I saw, she was panhandling on the street. She was popular in HS. Made the front page of the town paper for graduation. Super smart in university. During college. She developed schizophrenia. She was in and out of the psych ward a lot. Heard from my mom. Who knew her mom? She was an absolute terror all of a sudden. Wasn't responding to medication well. And was turning to drugs. I graduated about 2 weeks ago. The prom queen announced on Snapchat that she is pregnant. Amazed how much of a person that 2 sentences can paint. She got married to a dude that's actually pretty average looking. But tall as duck. I'm pretty sure he's at least 6 feet 7 inches. She immediately had a baby and started doing what she did in high school. Photography and being pretty and personable to get exclusive access to events that people want photographed, backstage at concerts, footy events, festivals, political stuff, etc. She's usually a nice girl. I won't lie and tell you that she was nicer than average. Because she wasn't. She was just way prettier than average, won statewide beauty pageants a couple of times, and fairly smart. So she successfully leveraged her good looks to get exactly what she wanted in life. Which is a cute kid. A husband that makes money and worships her. And a fat paycheck for maybe 15 hours of work a week. If she was stupid or meaner, she wouldn't have been half as successful. She also still looks exactly like she did in high school. Just with better makeup. Which helps. The rest of us just got older and fatter. We're friends. If it matters. She had a lot of issues in high school. Lots of family baggage. I think that's why she wanted to create a picture perfect happy ending for herself so badly. I wasn't exactly a slouch myself in the popularity department in high school. So we ran in the same circles. Well, I don't know if she finally graduated high school this year or not, but I don't know the details. Basically, she's one of those promo girls for a nightclub. Has had multiple nudes leaked. And has supposedly had sex with her sugar daddy, who is also her ex-stepfather, for a boob job and some lip injections. Her name is Robert now. That is all. Did some modeling. Got fake bobs. Worked on a mine site for several years driving heavy machinery and pulling in the big bucks. Got featured on a reality TV show about FIFO, fly in fly out, miners. A few news articles picked up her story with her modeling past. Eventually got a small feature on the Playboy website. Most recently was on another reality show. This time a dating show where she was quite successful. Went to a top-end college. Graduated. Got a job and got married. She's a good person. She's a life coach. She has about 3,000-4,000 Facebook friends. Her Facebook photos are 90% close-up selfies of herself and the same 3 friends smooshing their painted faces against each other. She is incredibly over-enthusiastic about the most average of things. Overall, she's not evil or anything. But she is very full of herself and very shallow. I attended my HS 30-year reunion. mainly to show off my beautiful wife. In HS I was the absolute loser with girls. In particular there was this one gorgeous cheerleader whose legs would make a guy salivate. She openly ridiculed me. Once, I think due to the color of my socks. We had way too many classes together. Anyway, at this 30-year reunion, this former cheerleader sits down next to me and starts talking to me like I am a long lost friend. I play along, but damn, time has not been kind to this woman. If I were single I would not be interested at all. Moral of the story, some people peak in high school. You do not want to be one of those people. My school didn't really have one of those, even though there were about 1,000 people in my high school, as it was too hippied out. There was one group who dressed and looked like the popular kids, but nobody really liked them and they weren't ever really invited to any parties. Same with my current high school. The most popular kids are the funny kids who are pretty nice to everyone. To be fair, it is an arts-based school. We're all gay or ducked up in some way. Not 6 months after graduation, she was convicted for organizing collaborating her boyfriend's armed robbery of the local Burger King where she worked. Edit, the second hottest one is an anesthesiologist now. The girl in our school that everyone wanted to go out was also probably one of the smartest people in the school. She consistently won top prizes at science and history fairs and was the president of the student body by a landslide. After high school, not surprisingly, she ended up having, from what I can gather from Facebook, mutual friends, etc. A really fantastic life. She attended a top-tier university on a full scholarship and absolutely loved it there. She graduated with honors and got into her top choice graduate school. There she, at least according to Facebook, met the man of her dreams who happened to be pursuing a graduate degree in the same field as her. Not surprisingly, he is a handsome mother ducker. They got married last summer and are expecting their first baby within the next week or so. Her life has been like a fairy tale. Things could not have played out any better for her. She graduated this May and will be going on to conduct research as she pursues a PhD in sociology. Life really is fair, guys. She received a full ride to an Ivy League school. Got pregnant the summer between high school and college. Had the kid. Baby's father, a college SR, left her high and dry. She became a huge druggie. Her subsequent kids got taken away from her. She's been in rehab a few times. And she's now super fat. Sadly, she's done nothing with her life and she posts about her idiocy drama on Facebook constantly. You're a 34-year-old woman, Megan. Get your shit together. Knocked her up. To kids. 27 years blissful marriage this Jan. I was the prom queen my senior year and had tons of friends. Lost my scholarship. Dropped out after a year of aimless community college with zero debt and zero skills. Did nothing for 3 years. Made new friends. And got a job cashiering at Walmart. It's not that bad. We get an hour for lunch. I saw her in the metro in Montreal with an older lady who was trying to explain the employee's manual of a major bank to her. No, you don't have to read the whole thing. Just if you have questions you look the answers up. With the index. At the front of the book. No. I don't know what your questions are. No. I don't know what the answers to the questions you don't even have yet are. It's a book. If you can't operate a book, I'm not sure I can help you. Hurt, it still looked fabulous though. About to graduate med school. Still drop dead gorgeous. And recently engaged a fellow student. Also contacts me semi-regularly to say hi and see what I'm up to and congratulate me on anything important in my life. Itch. She married a rich guy. Rich guy's the most genuine, down-to-earth person I know. She was the classic full of herself student in school just passing by with less than average grades. Apparently, she has bald patches now because she started pulling strands of her hair out. She was quite nice and dated the handsome football star. After high school she got implants and became the trophy girlfriend for the football star who now plays in the NFL. He was also a pretty nice guy. So I'm glad he's been successful because he was too dumb for anything else. She's had a good life. The kind of life she wanted. A happy marriage. A job she loves. Active in her church. And her kids grew up to be getting a good start in their own lives. She was not only popular and beautiful, but very friendly and kind. She still looks great too. Got hotter. Got a doctorate. Travels the world curing AIDS in third world countries with her equally hot fiancé. Edit, apparently. Fiancé is the future wife and fiancé is the future husband. The more you know. Well, I went to Catholic school, don't worry. I'm safely lapsed now, and the prettiest girl in our school went to college. Got her degree. Worked about 6 months. Then got married to some older accountant looking dude and he's currently up to 4 kids and counting. Her entire Facebook feed is pictures of her kids doing various Catholic school type stuff like First Communion, Christmas plays, and anti-abortion letter writing campaigns. Sometimes she's in the pictures too. She looks a little bit haggard on occasion, but she does appear to love her little squad of offspring very much. I went to school with Kate Upton, the Miss South Carolina Teen USA contestant who said the whole "us Americans" like such as thing a few years ago. She was really sweet. Actually, she was never exactly bright, but she was always nice and helpful to everyone. As far as I know, she went on to do some TV shows, modeling, and she is a real estate agent now. There was definitely a most popular girl in my school. I wouldn't call her the prettiest, but her personality made her very much sought after by just about every guy. I went to a pretty diverse school and she was nice to everyone. We graduate and she goes on to a great school but parties too much and gets kicked out. A couple months ago she died of a drug overdose at a party. It truly was tragic because she was a great person. Every reasonably attractive girl I went to school with finished college and is now gainfully employed, and most of them live on their own or are on their way to doing so. Nothing exciting. Pretty much. The most popular in my year now has a regular mid-level job in HR. Husband. Small child. Boring hobbies. Typical suburban house. etc. Nothing to mock and nothing to envy. There were twin sisters who were extremely popular and pretty. Very snobby. So not anyone I'd interact with. I was definitely part of the weird crowd. When I saw them at our 20th reunion, they were each easily over 200 pounds at just over 5 feet tall. They were wearing skin-tight low-cut tops, skin-tight mini skirts, with wide belts wrapped loosely around the middle. They were very vivacious, having a good time, but really not dressed well. I still don't understand it, because they didn't dress risque in HS. It was really weird. She got hit by a car and was never the same. Heartbreaking. Honestly. Even for those that didn't like her. No one wanted to see that. One day she's a prom queen and the next she's in a wheelchair. Can't speak. Limited mobility and is with the developmentally disabled students. It was rough for everyone to see. Class of '97. She went to Brown. Then Harvard. She got a job at Goldman Sachs. She made it out of the collapse a millionaire. She didn't come to the 10-year reunion, but her Facebook indicates she lives in France. Doesn't work anymore and just takes care of her kids. Her husband seems to be involved with the movie business somehow. It's not clear.